This video, brought to you by Floyd County Schools Department of Instructional Technology, is a 5-part series on leveling up your Google Meet with interactive lessons. Part 4 of 5 will focus on screencastify and EdPuzzle within a Google Meet.
This pro tip shows how you can use screencastify and EdPuzzle to create more engaging instructional videos for your students. Instructional video with the screencastify extension, you can come to More Options and select Add More Share Options. On this page, you will be able to turn on the EdPuzzle integration piece. When you turn on the EdPuzzle integration piece, you will now have the option to share your instructional video straight to EdPuzzle. When you select EdPuzzle, you're going to be redirected to the EdPuzzle homepage. Remember to sign on with your Google single sign-on so that your account will be synced with your Google Classroom classes. Once you have logged into EdPuzzle, you will see an option that is asking for your approval to upload your video from Google Drive. You will click on the Google Drive icon so that your video can be uploaded from screencastify to EdPuzzle. Notice that your video will begin preparing in the My Content section of the EdPuzzle platform. For the sake of time, I am going to use an instructional video that I've already uploaded. So I will find that video and check the box for that option. At the bottom, I will now choose to edit my video. This is going to allow me to make a few adjustments to my instructional video before I send the video to the students. For example, on this first tab, I can choose to cut my video. If I want to trim the last minute off of my video, I would simply come to the end of the blue bar and I would drag the video to the section where I think that the video should be ending. Once I'm happy with the video, I simply can move forward to the next editing feature. The next option that you have is to add a voiceover. A voiceover would allow you to add additional audio over the video that is being presented. The next feature, and the feature that you will probably enjoy most, is the questions. Questions allow you to embed content into your video that makes the video interactive for your students. For example, you can embed a multiple choice question or an open-ended question into your video. These two options require the student to respond when they approach this section of the video. Last, you can embed notes. Notes are things that you can add as the teacher to give your video additional context or content. Let's take a look at adding a multiple choice question. I can click play and come to the section of my video where I think it's appropriate to add a multiple choice question. To embed a question, I simply would select multiple choice, and now I can begin to type my question and my answers below. When you have finished adding your question and your multiple choice options, you will want to make sure that you indicate the correct answer by checking the green checkbox, and you indicate the incorrect answers by clicking on the red X. If you need to add additional answer choices, simply click on the plus icon and add an additional choice. When you're happy with that question, you will click Save. This is going to take you to a page where you will see a preview of how the question will appear to your student. So for example, when the student reaches the 25-second mark of this video, they will have to stop and answer the question that you see before you. If I would like to edit this question, I simply can click on the pencil icon. If I would like to delete this question, I can click on the trash can. Or if I'd like to continue and add additional questions, I would click Continue.
Create a new meet.
I can continue to add as many multiple choice questions throughout the video as I would like. I also have the option to add an open-ended question. An open-ended question would be a good option if you would like for your students to respond with a short answer response. When you have finished typing in your open-ended question, you will click Save. Once again, you will see a preview of how this question will appear for your students. To continue editing your video, you will simply click Continue.
11:30.
The last option that you have to add to your video is a note. For example, I can come to an additional section of my video and I can choose to add a note. Notes are things that you can add to give your video additional context. Please be aware that you have the option to add links to web pages or even images. So you could add an additional image that might help support the information that's in your video. You can also include a written note or an audio note. When you have finished adding your note, you're simply going to select Save. Once again, you will see a preview of your note, and to continue editing your video, you would choose Continue.
You would still want to notify your
When you are happy with the questions that you have embedded, you're now going to come to the section at the top and click on the blue icon that says Finish. On this page, you can preview your video one last time to make sure that you are happy with the way the video is going to appear to your students. When you are content, you will come down to the section that says Assign, and this is going to allow you to assign your video to a Google Classroom class that you have already connected. If you are new to EdPuzzle, you will want to add your classes by clicking Add New Class and Import from Google Classroom. If you need help setting up your EdPuzzle account, please let your ITS know. Once you've selected the class that you would like to add your video to, you can come to the right-hand side and choose a due date. You can also choose whether or not you would like to prevent skipping. Skipping will prevent your students from moving forward in the video without watching it through its entirety. You can also go ahead and choose to turn on the Post to Google Classroom option. This will make a direct post to the assignment on your Google Classroom homepage, which makes it much easier for your students to locate the activity. When you're finished, you will click Assign. This will take your video to Google Classroom, and it will also begin a screen for you where you can monitor whether or not your student has watched the video, what their grade was on the video, and when they last watched it and the time that they marked it complete. If you navigate away from the EdPuzzle homepage, you can always come back to this page by clicking on the Gradebook option. If you would like to return to the EdPuzzle homepage, you can come to the far left and select the EdPuzzle puzzle piece. From this homepage, you can begin to create an additional video by either choosing content that you have created or coming and checking out some of the content that is available from YouTube, Khan Academy, National Geographic, and more. If you would like additional help getting started with EdPuzzle or the EdPuzzle screencastify integration piece, please contact your ITS and they will be happy to